Today's gig day is actually in Saguijo, and it's pretty cool because it's such an iconic venue.
I think the thing to pick out of that is the more honest you are with yourself, you stop thinking about what everybody else is going to say. Really just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy putting something out.
It's Kai. Like and subscribe.
I'm not usually a coffee person, only if it's there, but I'm usually a tea person. So I just made my tea, I let the dogs out, and I'm about to prepare for breakfast. But I forgot to mention earlier, today's gig day is actually in Saguijo, and it's pretty cool because it's such an iconic venue. I haven't been back since before the pandemic, and we used to play there almost once a week. So I'm pretty excited to go back. And plus the lineup tonight is so fun and it's so strong. It's gonna be pretty exciting to see my friends in that setting again after so long because that's our home. I'm just excited to be back tonight. We will get ready and see you tonight. So I just got dressed, in my pambahay, out of my pajamas, and we're gonna go to my office. So it's a bit of a walk, so I hope you don't mind if you join me on my walk. So I'm gonna show you the walk. So this is my bed, and that's the office. And also, if you look a little closer, you can see yung sampayan from last night. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen some of my covers or the stuff I've done on Instagram, but this is where everything happens, all the magic. This is where all the magic happens. So, chanang, there. I don't usually turn on the lights at home when it's daytime because there's a lot of sunlight anyway, but I just wanted to show you. Thank you, Shopee. For my lights, that's not sponsored. It's about 300 pesos ata on one of the sales. So I got two curtain light thingies and then I just used the hooks, and I'll probably explain that in another video sometime soon, an office tour of this space. So yeah, so come with me. Ito was actually donated to me by RG. I belong to the zoo, so he gave me some old lights from his studio na nag-change ng color. So, pakita ko yan. I put it under my glass table and yan. So, that's my light setup. Okay, I'm gonna set you down right here to welcome you into my studio slash office space slash where I stress myself out and also where I relax. So, lahat yan nasa isang space na lang. I'm here right now because we're actually working on the channel or launching the channel this week. So, I'm really excited about that and hopefully you guys like it. So, I'm sort of just watching the video and seeing what else I can add and everything. And also, figuring out what I want to add in this video. Kasi initially gusto ko lang ng a day in the life, showing you behind the scenes of being in a gig, pero naisip ko, why don't I add something a little helpful? Kasi ako rin naman parang, I need a little bit of advice, sa totoo lang. And I figured the people I'm gonna see later are the best people to ask in terms of yung mga tanong na gusto kong, na tinatanong ko sa sarili ko, pero I think I need to start asking people for help. Or just a little bit of words of wisdom. So, yung gusto kong itanong, where do I even begin? Like, how do I even start?
Now, the first thing is you find something that you really love. And you go from there. That's what I feel. In that weird journey of covering covering different stuff that you really love, you find a voice that you like because you're a bad version of something, but that's your voice. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how the first seeds begin. And then you find what's next, you build and build and build and build on that. So when we were in high school, like Mong, me, Calde, and Joel, we weren't athletes. We weren't really the cool dude. We decided what was the next best thing to do. So we're like, hey, let's start a band. Yeah, we just started jamming and then we're like, hey. We were playing Rage Against the Machine covers, Korn. Started joining battles of the bands. It evolved to like, hey, let's try making our own songs. Eventually we got into like these prods. We'd play 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Paying our dues, so to speak. You play and eventually we got a record deal.
Kasi yun naman yung problema natin palagi, diba? Parang it's always the first step that's the hardest and then you sort of figure it out from then. Pero dati kasi nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, I was younger and I was thinking I was a bit more fearless and wala kang masyadong pake kung ano yung gagawin mo or ano yung ginagawa mo, basta alam mo masaya. So I sort of wanted to ask them, how do I start? So I wanted to know how they started kasi baka naman pwede rin I can get a little bit of inspiration from how they started their careers, diba?
Play drums. Drums is number one.
Every single day?
Every single day. As much as I can. Normal days, first thing I do is play drums. Either just on the pads or on the real kit. Because that wakes my body up. And then I start working on anything. The thing that I always try to remember is to try to play like a kid. Like when I was playing my Legos when I was a kid. Parang you're just playing and experiment and exploring. Just do something. 90% of the time, none of it is finished. And then I put it in a folder wherever it belongs. Parang this belongs out. This sounds like an all-ride soundtrack. This sounds like something for pedicab. So it has I have folders in my computer. I'm so organized. It's like,
bank it.
Meron pang randomizer. It's like, I don't know what this is,
so
but I just put it there. So anytime, any single day somebody needs something, I have it. I have exactly what you need.
So you're prepared.
I'm always prepared.
When I see something that I like, when you watch something, anything, or read something, when you read something or watch a movie or hear a certain song, it's like, oh, that's so good. I wish I could write something like that. And if it gets me excited enough, I'll try to lay down something and try to do it. It never comes out the same anyway because it's me. Guys, when you try to do something and copy something, it's never gonna come out the same anyway. It's most of the time you're gonna have you in it. So be honest and do something that personally comes from you, and it's really better when you know yourself.
Having fun with the idea of being creative because you want to do this for you first. Ako, I'm always like, it's always for you. You'd be surprised how much it will resonate if you're coming from the heart.
I think the thing to pick out of that is the more honest you are with yourself and the more you stop thinking about what everybody else is going to say. First of all, really just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy putting something out.
This is number 1. I'm just a little concerned with the pants because maulan nga mamaya, so I'm still wearing the same tank top and then denim shorts, but I feel like silk shirt is not for Giho unless like I was performing. I just realized walang ventilation sa kwarto na to. I mean, this is the bathroom and there's just a small window, so it's a little hot. So every time I want to figure out what to wear, by the time nakapili na ako, pawis na ako. So let me choose one more look. So this is ideally, if you're just watching a gig, that's the ideal thing you wear. Just comfortable, fresco, don't have to think about too much. So pro tip, borrow from your husband because he has better clothes. We're just gonna get ready. I'm gonna help Echo, or attempt to help Echo put his stuff in the car, and his friends, his bandmates are coming here, si Aaron, si Bajao. They're gonna come here later and we're gonna go to Makati together. So that's gonna be fun, and at least kasama ako yung mga friends ko It's when you're nervous. Kung kinakabahan ka, that's a good sign. Because that means there's something to lose. It's usually the ones who push themselves through the fear that make the breakthrough.
I cannot guarantee your success in whatever creative field that you have, whether that's...
A definition of success is also...
And that's also... To whose standards are we answering?
Is it money?
Is it money?
Is it sales?
Is it girls? Is it boys? Out ako dyan. However, I know for a fact that if you do it from the heart, like Mary was saying, you can sleep well at night. You may be, pero parang sa'yo, parang, can I cuss ba? Or, tangin na, gawa ko yan eh. No, there's something to be said for that. Parang I have not done anything that doesn't make me happy, and if it resonates, and I think it will. Actually, not think. I know it will.
Yes. If you're happy with something that you're making,
mararamdaman niya ng your own clan, some crazy guy from Cebu, Davao, Iloilo, New York, LA.
You'll find a tribe.
Yes, you'll find a tribe. I swear.
Maybe maliit lang yung tribe. Maybe madami talaga yun. Pero who knows? Pero the beginning is being happy with what you put out.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's basically it.
And then another thing I wanted to ask them is, you know, when you've been doing something for a very long time, usually, yung nagiging problema is you hit a creative block, diba? Parang you hit a rut. So I wanted to ask them siguro, how did they get out of a rut, diba? Parang it's impossible na tuloy-tuloy ka lang, na hindi ka nauubusan ng ideas or ng energy or ng inspiration. So I think they're also the perfect people to ask kung ano yung ginagawa nila pag nawawalan sila ng gas, diba? How do you get out of a rut?
You have to accept that it's gonna be part of it. Not everyone's gonna like your band. Tsaka dapat maganda yung support system pa. They're proud of me because I found what I wanna do and I stuck to it. Yeah, importante yun. Like, there are people who always say, no way, man, I fucking love you. So that's all you need, you know? That's all you need. That's all you need to end the music. You revisit some of your old stuff and do cover that. I don't know, something. Remix it. Go for a drive. Play it. San siya bagay. It's all about framing it in a different way. It's not about the music. It's about how you frame the silence. That's a song. So yes, there's infinite silence, but you're trying to frame it with what you know the music.
Do something that's not related to music. And it works 99% of the time.
Okay.
It's never over. Just know that it will always change. The listener doesn't care if it's like how it was produced or how cool the guitar lick is.
Yeah.
But the listeners parang, it's a nice song.
First of all, rest. There's nothing bad about taking a break. And then after that, just start playing. Play for a while. Don't pressure yourself muna to do anything. I think that works for me.
I agree. Being more eclectic in terms of wherever you're drawing your inspiration from. You'd be surprised, like Maps mentioned, comic books, there is no right or wrong answer. Pwedeng films, pwedeng yung plaka ng tatay mo, pwedeng
a haircut,
cha-cha, but it's something, whatever it is that inspires you to do anything creative, which goes back to question number 1, without thinking na parang, ay, ito magiging sikat to. Medyo mahirap yun. Kasi don't concern yourself with that. So just to immerse yourself with many other things that you love, you'd be surprised na even if it's not music related, like Map said, totoo yun. Parang, it could be a photograph, it could be a film, it could be a drawing. And it makes you want to create. It could be food.
For example, writing a song. You made something out of nothing. Isn't that amazing? Making things is great. Make things for yourself first.
Yan talaga ang secret. Sometimes also, inspiration is worth waiting for young people. My dad used to say like, the muse, because he does writing, comes when you least expect it.
Mas maganda yung you're working every day on anything.
Are you honing your craft? Is what?
Yeah, pero because the more things you know, when this thing comes along, mas may chops ka to know what to do with it. But do something half an hour a day.
Parity is a problem where everything sounds the same. I took a class and I was so overwhelmed by, this is so true. Parang everybody's listening to the same thing, everybody likes the same thing, and you can't differentiate yourself and you're drawing from the same well.
When you're new at something, you already have an idea of what's good. Okay. But you're new at it. So you have to overcome this hump na you're making bad things. It's okay to make crap.
Okay lang talaga yan.
Because you have to get all that crap out of your system.
Totoo yan. Yan, 100%
before you get to the good stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Don't worry about making crap also. Or what you think is crap. Ikaw lang naman magsasabi in the end.
True.
Pero don't worry about having to do crap first before you get to the good stuff. It's really, that's part of the process.
Parang par for the course
genius naman agad eh. We all know who these people are, di ba?
Unless hindi ka kasama doon, okay lang na magtrabaho ka ng...
Okay lang ako, when I'm writing a song, halimbawa, I put all music down na, and lyrics is really a little difficult for me. I'll put in all the crappy, cliche stuff first, and then I'll fix that later. I just have to get it out of my system. Para okay, hindi ko yan gagamitin, oh my God, ang pangit yan. O, yung ganun. Tapos na, mag-iisip ka na ng next. Mas maganda na yun.
I like it. I think I will study from apps before I get fired.
And I'm home. Actually, it's been a few days since the gig, so I've had time to reflect on all the advice I got from that night, and I think those are the things I really needed to hear. I think medyo alam ko na, pero sometimes you just need reminding that ito talaga yung kailangan mong gawin. And if you're talking to people who have been doing this for 20 years, nagiging mas klaro yung kailangan mong gawin. So one of the things that was mentioned was tapping into your childlike fearlessness, and that's something I think is important for me to really absorb right now, because marami akong iniisip. Every time I start something, marami akong iniisip. Pero when you're a kid and you're just starting something, you're just doing it for the fun of it. And ultimately, gusto ko, masaya lang. Masaya lang yung whatever I'm gonna do in this channel. I want the root of it to be just having a lot of fun. And what I realized in the gig is, after watching Echo and watching my friends play, I think I just really miss performing also. It was my life for 10 years, and I really just want to go back. But I know if I want to go back, there's a lot of growing I have to do outside of it. And that's something they also mentioned, na if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling like you're running out of creative juices, you have to rest. Rest is just as important as running full steam ahead. So taking a step back, riding a bike, taking a walk, hanging out with your dogs, that's just as important as going full force. Because that's what your brain needs. Your brain needs to rest. Going back to my ultimate goal, which is to perform again, I think I need to grow outside of it also and discover if there are things I'm good at outside of music. And I think that'll help a lot in terms of not just growing as a musician, but growing as a person, because you're never too late to improve and to level up and to grow. What I actually did right now is to get back into that mentality and that fearlessness of being a kid again. I'm here right now in my old bedroom, which is now my nieces and nephews' studio. So this is where they rehearse and perform, and I was kind of thinking maybe I should ask them what I should do next. So maybe that's something I should do. But hopefully everything, all the advice you heard from these really awesome guys, hopefully as much as they helped me, they helped you also. I hope you enjoyed this one, because I did. I had a lot of fun going back to Saguijo after how many years. And hopefully you'll keep watching for the next video, because that's gonna be a lot of fun also.
So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!